We on it. All right, we are now live. It's time for the end of day report of yours truly, Dex, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com. Good, googly, gobbly goops. This was a day to remember. We made history today, folks. We made history. All right. The biggest point drop in the history of markets. The biggest single point drop ever. Here's what you don't know. After the closing bell, the futures contracts continued to trade after 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Dow futures dropped 1,400 points on the day. That's right, folks. 1,400 points. 1,400 points. But that wasn't enough. Oh, no. Oh, no. When the market reopened at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it fell several hundred more points. All right. So we were flirting with a 2,000-point day in the Dow. Just incredible price action. Now you may ask, what in the world caused this to go like this? All right. Let me tell you what's up. Okay, so apparently, remember that one case that they were talking about that sprung up yesterday, and they didn't know how the person contracted the COVID-19. Remember that? Well, apparently several more people have popped up. We got New York and California now on the map, and this was scaring people to death. They're like, oh no, it's here now, and we don't know how they got it. They didn't travel overseas. They weren't around anyone that they know of that traveled overseas. How in the world did they get this? All right. That is some wild stuff. Okay. So that's what happened. That is what happened. Just bananas today, folks. So not only did that happen, but then Clorox stock rallied today because they're like, well, people are going to be buying disinfectant and Clorox and bleach and ammonia and hand sanitizer, things that fly off the shelves immediately. People are going to be buying all the pasta they can get their hands on, stuff like that. So they're expecting it to be run on the shelves. They're expecting big disruptions in the supply chain. They're talking about Armageddon, the end of the world as you know it. And basically everyone's going to die. We're all going to die. Our pets are going to die. The sky's going to die. The trees are going to die. The fish are going to die. Everything's going to die. So nothing matters. We're just dead. First of all, that is not true. It's called propaganda. So far, you're hearing nothing but how many people are infected, and then they hit you with some staggering number of deaths. This thing has a mortality rate of less than 2%. What you're not hearing is all the survivors. There are tons and tons. There are more survivors than deaths. If you got 100,000 people worldwide affected, but you say only 3,000 or 2,000 are dead, dude, that's a 2-3% mortality rate. That's not a pandemic. A pandemic is once you get it, you're done. No cure, you're done. No vaccine, you're done. This ain't the Black Death. If it was, it would be sweeping across the globe in lightning speed, and everybody and their mother would be getting affected and dropping like flies. 100,000 people infected, you would have at least 98,000 people dead, or maybe all 100,000 people dead. It's just like it's like that. Okay, we are not like that. That's not what's happening. Can it be serious and fatal? Of course. Have people died? Of course. But they're not telling you about the survival stories. You can survive this, people, if you get it. It's not the end of the world. You can survive it. All right? So that's the first thing I wanted to tell you. The second thing is, okay, so they're talking about disruptions in the supply chain and all this good stuff. Okay, fine. Well, there's some truth to that, because if you have your barges sitting in the middle of the ocean and they're not going landfall, then of course you're gonna have supply disruption. If you're not going to the factories and loading up the tractor trailers to take to the barges to deliver across the world, then of course you're gonna have supply issues. Okay, so yeah, right now there's supply chain issues. Of course there are. You know, face masks flying off the shelves. Of course they are. All right, people are scared because of what they're being told, and also because of what they're not being told. All right, this is not all of that. Do you realize we've had at least 20,000 people dead already from the flu virus, the actual flu virus? But you're not hearing them say pandemic on that, are you? No, you're not. Okay? No, you're not. More people have died so far this year from flu, regular flu virus, than this particular situation. All right? I'm just saying. You got to do the knowledge to everything. But for whatever reason, you know, the market fell apart today. Now, I told you guys that a correction was going to eventually come. And when it did, it was going to be enormous, and it was going to be scary and frightening and all that good stuff. I did say that. I've been saying it for a long time, way before this coronavirus story hit. And they're using the coronavirus as their scapegoat. They're going to blame everything on the coronavirus. Everything. Anything bad that happens from this point on is the coronavirus. The Dow has lost thousands of points in 1 week. Coronavirus, no, profit taking. People say I'm getting the heck out of the way. But now I'm going to tell you why the markets are really falling. It's not because of the coronavirus, people. Nope. You want to know the real deal why this thing is falling like this? It's falling because people really think that Bernie Sanders is going to win the White House. Yep. Need I remind you, Exhibit A, rewind, 2008. Crude oil is going limit up every day. Crude oil futures going limit up every day, right? It did it for the entire summer. Once Obama was a shoo-in to win, it stopped going up, and it corrected itself as if the rally never happened. That's what's happening now, all right? It's looking like people are afraid of Bernie's communism, because that's really what it is. It's communism, all right? Bernie is a communist, and that's what all this boils down to, all right? It's tyranny, and that's what people are afraid of. So the elite are taking their money out of the market. They're taking their profits because they do not know what the future is going to hold with dude up in the office. So when there's uncertainty, people take flight. They don't like uncertainty. Now, tomorrow's Take Back Friday. Tomorrow we should see a technical bounce because this week is a perfect case study example of a Take Back Friday. When a market's been down all week like this half, you can expect an enormous rally, at least a 50% retracement. The Dow could be up 2,000-3,000 points tomorrow. I'm not even kidding. Now, I'm gonna tell you why that's probably not likely, and that's because of the news cycle that keep coming out. You know, unless they come out tomorrow and say, "Oh, this was just this is just a prank. There's really no coronavirus," then I can see the market recovering 100%. But because it's not a prank, it is real. If we get any kind of a technical bounce, it's going to be a small one tomorrow. Can the market do whatever it wants? Of course. But I just don't think it's likely, not tomorrow. So I'm not calling a bottom tomorrow. What I'm saying is we're going to end up finishing the day with that low that we made here in the overnight market, and then the market will recover. Not enough for a serious pointer, I don't think, but I think just enough for we can move sideways for a little bit. We do have two gaps to deal with, though. We made a gap today, and then we got, of course, the initial gap from when we first fell. So tomorrow, Take Back Friday. I took profit. I made that notation in the trading room. I went ahead and got out ahead of the close. And the reason why I did that is because normally Fridays are pretty uncertain for me. I have a lot to do, and family stuff. So I'm not gonna be able to watch the markets and all that. Plus, I do not like trading on Fridays anyway. I like to be flat for the head of the weekend. I don't like to take long positions or short positions home with me over the weekend unless I'm expecting something crazy to happen over the weekend that could cause some type of interruption in markets like we had today. So barring that, nah. I'm on the sidelines waiting for Sunday night into Monday to see what I can get into. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at some charts. Do me a favor, hit that like button. All right. Don't be stingy, don't be selfish. Share the video with someone. You never know who you may be able to encourage with it. And subscribe, hit that little bell icon so you can be notified of videos, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. And of course, do not miss tomorrow's webinar. Go to PulseWaveTrading.com, register for tomorrow's webinar. We're going to be talking about forex, how you can trade like a pro, even with little or no experience into the forex market, particularly the micro forex market. That's really what I'm going to be showing you tomorrow. All right. In addition with that, let's get in the chart. So the first one here is the financial spider XLF, moving and looking just like the Dow. See how you just kind of like you were consolidated up here for a long time, and then you just fell out of bed. And this is not a good thing because this is the XLF, the financial services spider. So if the financial services sector is getting hit like this, there's a reason for it, regardless of the news stories. All I know is we had a primary crash alert back here. Then we had a secondary one right here. This wasn't here yet. All right, none of that was there yet. That didn't exist when you had those alerts. All right, that did not exist. All you had was this. That's all you had was this right here. All right. That was your initial warning, crash alert right there. Then you got this, boom. Everything came in right after that. So market is mad bearish, weekly trend momentum, straight up correction mode right now. And technically speaking, you have turned bearish. You're officially in a bear market because your trend line and your price are now below the Kumo cloud on the daily on the XLF financial select spider. Too bad, so sad. If you're bullish and you're still long that, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Straight up. You should have been taking profit on those longs a long time ago. Here's the US dollar index ETF UUP. primary crash alert, secondary crash alert, and then we gap down and crash, and testing that trend line support. Will it find support tomorrow and bounce from here, or is it going to keep falling and then get here into the top of the Kumo cloud down to around the 2640 handle? I'm thinking it's going to hit the 2640 handle. We're in correction mode officially, so I think that's where the market wants to go. This market here needs to close tomorrow above $26.75, or we have more downside to go. It's going to fall off the cliff. All right. Once again, this market needs to close about $26.75 tomorrow, or it's going to give up the ghost and it's going to roll over and fall out of bed. At some point, this gap will be dealt with, but this thing is going down if it does not close above the intraday price inflection point tomorrow. Looking at bonds, TLT. All right, so this one right here, still bullish because of all the momentum you've seen in the stock market. And now I'm expecting a continuation pattern tomorrow. If we do pull back, it should be minor because this thing is so bullish. We do have gaps that we know of back down here, but this one tomorrow needs to close above $150.26. Failure to do so will open up the door for a landslide pullback next week. All right, so you have your margin orders, bonds, get it together. All right, Russell futures, looking at that Russell. Nasty chart, excuse me. But not a lot of gaps along the way. Not like everybody else. So this one is probably going to stay down for a minute. I think we have a lot further to go. Looking at this one right here, I think your Russell is the leader right now. And I think this one wants to really fall. Now, you got this little gap here, but, I think this thing is this one is showing you the same thing. You're in a bear market now, bearish weekly momentum increasing. Yeah, we're in a bear market now, folks. But just remember, bear market rallies can be absolutely mind-bending. So don't get happy if you see this monster rally tomorrow. Doesn't mean the bull is back. It just means it's a bear market rally. All right, so here is the crude oil. You see this primary crash alert, secondary crash alert, boom, boom. This one keeps falling, putting in new legs lower. I don't know where the bottom is. No one knows where the bottom is on this thing. It's a gangster market. All right, it can take your head off at any moment. Right now, bears are in control, and this one needs to close tomorrow above $49.79 in order to put in a short-term bottom. Failure to do that means we got much more downside to go in the crude oil futures. All right, looking at that NASDAQ 100 futures contract for Take Back Friday tomorrow. All right, so the NASDAQ is not as fallen apart as its brethren. Right now, its trend line is still above the Kumo cloud, and price is below the Kumo cloud. So this one is telling me that since it hasn't moved as much, this kind of tells you that the bottom is definitely not in yet. And that if you was going to get ready to short something for next week, you might want to consider that nasty DAC. All right, because it has not caught up with the Dow. It has a long way down to go if that's what's going to happen. On the other hand, it could be telling you that we've already seen the worst of it. This one just spiked you down, and now it's going to slingshot right back up again. That's why the trend line support hasn't crossed below, the Kumo cloud like everything else has. So that's another mark. And you got that primary crash alert, secondary crash alert. We've been down ever since. Tomorrow's Take Back Friday. What does the NASDAQ need to do, gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, it needs to close tomorrow above 89.79 and a quarter. If it does not close above 89.79 and a quarter, which I don't think that it will, I don't think it's going to rally 800 points. So therefore, more selling next week, folks. More selling coming on Monday into next week. So whatever bounce we get tomorrow will be used as a springboard to sell short come Sunday night into Monday. Hack gave it all back, man. It fell apart. You got your trend line in the Kumo cloud coming off of that primary secondary crash alert. What say you? I say that this needs to close tomorrow above $41.79. Failure to do so will open that door for much more downside to go next week. That is your intraday price inflection point, people. $41.79. Is it going to do it? I think not. All right, taking a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we got a primary rally alert now for tomorrow. We got a primary rally alert. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? Can the market get above this trend line resistance? Can it put in a short-term bottom? Can it do it? Can it stage a comeback? Can we get back to 10,000? Bitcoin needs to close tomorrow. And now remember, let me preface this out here for you. Remember, when we're talking about the crypto markets, they trade 24/7. So the guidelines extend out an additional day for the cryptos. Okay, so instead of tomorrow, we say tomorrow into Sunday before 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So the way it works is by the time the Sunday open run turns around, Bitcoin needs to be above this intraday price inflection point that I'm going to give you. If it is not, then it rolls over. You ready? Bitcoin needs to be above $9,227.71. That's a lot to ask for. I know it is. But guess what? You know it can do it. You know Bitcoin can do it. Come on, people. So if this rally alert is going to play out, it needs to play out starting tonight. It needs to rally tomorrow, and it needs to rally on Saturday, all day Saturday. So that when Sunday rolls around, we got our number, and we know the market has the momentum behind it to do what it needs to do. So once again, Bitcoin's intraday price inflection point for the weekend is 92.27 and 71. All right, that's what we got to get on Bitcoin. Failure to do so, failure to do this, if by 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday night, if Bitcoin is not above 92.27 and 71 cents, it rolls over next week. This becomes resistance, strong resistance, and then we roll over and we cut below the Kumo cloud. We will not find support at the top of the cloud. We're going to cut through the cloud and go maybe sub 7,000. All right. Let's hope not. I want to see that 10,000 because I want the market to do what I told you so you can see the power of the crystal ball here. All right. So I can say, see, I tried to tell you with the algo chart. You don't play with these algo charts, man. You ignore the rally and crash alerts at your own peril. So we got a rally alert. We should be seeing a bottom. Let's see what happens come Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it has not done so, I'm afraid that the rollover could be fast and furious next week. All right, silver. Silver, we got a primary crash alert followed by a secondary crash alert. It's calling for more downside to model. In order to put an end to this misery, silver needs to close tomorrow above $18.21. Failure to do so will open the door, sling it wide open for silver to roll over and fall off the cliff and deep into the Kumo cloud and probably keep falling. It may hit 15 if it falls. I don't want to see that because then we have double top. double, 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 double trouble. We don't want that. We want bouncy, bouncy. All right? Not double trouble. You can do it, Silver. I know you can. All right? That's why I haven't operated in you yet. I can't wait to operate in you again, Silver. We had so much fun together. We made so much money, Silver, you and I. We can do it again. I know we can. We can rekindle our fire. We can rekindle our love for each other. I know we can. All right. I know you can still fit into that dress, girl. I know you can. You can fit into that prom dress. I tell you what, let's make a bet. Silver, since you so fine and fly, baby, if you can fit into that prom dress, I promise I'll take you out. All right, I will take you out. Please don't play me, Silver. You can do this. I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hit the buy button. I cannot wait to get long you, Silver, because I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna take us to the moon. I know it. $51,000 an ounce. I know it. You can do it, Silver. Darn what the analysts say. Make us happy. Make me proud. Close tomorrow above $18.21. And it's a date. All right. Gold. Looking at this gold futures, man. Here we are smiling at the 1646 level. You pull back and fill the gap already. So, gold. What more do you want to do? Take off already. You got the bullish pointers all over the place, you know, making everybody all excited. Just rally. Just rally. Just rally. Maybe you can do it. Get us to 1700. I want to get long you too, you know, but you keep playing with me, gold. You know, gold likes to play, man. Gold, you know, she playful. You know, she fine. She that fine sister. You know? But she playing games though, you know? She teasing. Okay? She teasing. All right? Stop playing around. Stop playing with me. I want to get long. All right? And right now you're not letting me because you're playing around. You're consolidating right here. Stop consolidating. Break out already. Give me a rally alert. You gave me this one back here. You gave me the primary, but then you pull back and stop all the longs out. And now we're on the sidelines. We can't short you. We got the signal here, but there's been no follow through. You're not doing the things we need you to do to get short, and you're not doing the things you need to do to get us long. Stop playing with us, gold. Gold needs to close tomorrow, folks, above $1,640.74. In futures language, that's $1,640.70. That's where you need to close tomorrow by 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Failure to do so will open the door to fall all the way down to $1,560 an ounce. Ouch. And because of the algo sloping mechanisms that are in effect, that would suck gold into a vortex and she would slide possibly sub 1,500. Come on, gold. Stop playing with me. Don't be playing like that. We don't need gold to catch the coronavirus, okay? Stay up. Close tomorrow above $1,604.70. Stop playing with me. All right. Someone asked for Ethereum, so I'll go ahead and pull up Ethereum. Only because I love you, okay? If I didn't love you, then I wouldn't pull this up for you, all right? So let's go ahead and get in. Let's get into it. So Ethereum, here we go. All right, ETH, what you got for me, ETH? All right, so ETH has that primary rally alert also for tonight into tomorrow. Primary rally alert. I think we can get back up to at least 270. You know, 270 I think is doable. All right. Now it needs to close tomorrow into, you know, it has from tomorrow into Sunday by 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We need to be above $243.17 on the Ether. All right. That's what it has to do. All right. So come on. Come on. I know you can do it. I know you can do it, Eve. We right here on that, it pierced the trend line support, you know, threatening to make a double tail, a bullish and a bearish pointer, trying to mix and confuse and send mixed signals, trying to threaten to consolidate. Now, let me break this down for y'all what that means. It's threatening to trade inside of the range. So that means prices will not exceed 238.27 or 209.27 all weekend. It'll just consolidate, right? And if that happens, though, then we're looking at a possible, it could do it for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, maybe every day next week. All right, until you just get narrower and narrower, and then you're inevitably going to break up or break down, and we don't want it to break down. So come on, rally alert tomorrow, fly up, fly back to 270, make the people happy, make the people some money. Failure to do so will open that downside risk. This one's not as severe as the last chart I showed you. You don't have the algo vortex in play. You have an air pocket. So technically speaking, with these air pockets, the way that the slope is and the shaping is, you can find support anywhere between the top of the Kumo cloud and the trend line support. Okay, literally, it's like an extended support zone range. So it can find support anywhere up in here. All right. So it's not a danger zone like the other ones. It can literally come all the way down here, trade sideways like this, and then take off like a rocket, like literally. Kind of like what it did here, but in reverse. Instead of consolidating and then breaking down, it would consolidate sideways and then break up. All right, so that's what we're possibly looking at. The last time it did that, just so you can see what I'm talking about, it's like right here. Starting here, see how you got the consolidation, the sideways, and then eventually it broke. It broke north. See what I'm saying? So this is the bottoming. This is the breaking north. This is the same scenario that is threatening to play out again, but you would do it down in here. Come down, consolidate, then break north. So I think it can bounce from here, though. It doesn't have to come down here and consolidate and break north. It can just start breaking north tomorrow. So that's where we are on the Ethereum. All right, let's see. BCH. All right, let's take a look at BCH. All right, BCH. What you got for me, BCH? Come on, I know you can do this. All right, now this one is encouraging because you're inside that Kuma cloud, but you got that primary rally alert right here. So this is sort of, it's not exactly, but kind of like what I was just showing you in the ETH, except for the consolidation takes place outside of the ETH in between the two zones, not inside the cloud like this. But because of the narrowness of the cloud, this actually acts as a stronger support. So we could actually rally tomorrow, get back up to the trend line. Resistance around 350 to 360 is doable for tomorrow. So I think it can even push beyond that, maybe even get up to around the 380-ish level. So this one has those earmarks to do that. I know we're in an elongated bearish weekly momentum, but because of the primary rally alert, we might get a little something. I know the last one, actually the last two rally alerts were disappointing because we didn't get follow through. This one right here and this one right here, we didn't get follow through. So they say the third time's the charm. So 1, 2, and here we are on the third one. Third time's the charm. All right. So this is a good example too on why the price inflection points are so important, because they let you know that even when you get these primary alerts, they also alert you to the fact that if the market does not do that, you got your 3 to 5 day window, but you're also looking at the other intraday price inflection points. So like this one was a prime example. How it faked you out here, but then it also came down and took out this, and so in a situation like this, what I'm saying is I'm really expecting No more downside tomorrow, but actually a bounce from here, a technical bounce. And we'll know a lot about the character of this market if it can get a close above that trend line. So tomorrow, BCH just needs to close above 346.51. So I know it needs to move. That's a $20+ rally. It can do it. It can give us a $23, $24 rally. It can do it. I know it can. So we need 346.51. Failure to do so would make this a strong resistance. The trend line resistance will become a strong resistance, and we roll over next week. And it could be a massive one. The way this one, the trajectory is, the rollover into next week could be pretty substantial, and we could drop sub 200. Let's not think that. Let's think happy thoughts. Let's think that this primary rally alert will play out like this one back here did. Okay, this one back here played out, and you saw what happened. All things being equal, I'm thinking that's where we're headed, and that'll put us to around at least minimum 480. But I think we'll probably pass that and get above it if we can get enough momentum behind it. That's a long-winded review on the Ethereum, I know. All right, so that's all I got for now. So don't forget, tomorrow we do have that 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time webinar. So I want to encourage everyone to come out to that and get ready. And we're going to talk about some forex. And in addition to that, we got some amazing goodies for you. Those of you who've been following the weekly, the free weekly price trigger report, you've seen how the system's been kicking tail and taking names. All right, and that's just on the little free giveaway. Imagine what you could be getting every day with a 6-pack. We can hook you up with a 6-pack starting at $69 a month. You can get one for you and a friend and make some serious paper. You saw the way the Dow was moving today and all week. You saw the way the NASDAQ been moving all week. We've been killing it. I went ahead and cashed out. I went ahead and took my profit in the inverse ETF, the DXD, and also in the Sprout Platinum S Triple P. Went ahead and took that. And I mean, that right there, that's how we do it. It's what we do every day. It's what we do every week. So smash the like button, share the video with someone you never know who it may help or encourage. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. See y'all in the AM for the pre-market pulse scan. And I'm out.